nah, bro, I'm not taking this thing. So we go talk about that. But overall, this is what happened yesterday.
4 days ago, BAWUMIA threatened all the media houses in Ghana for question. ABA, for the past 8 years, some may be some questions. Now, obey you. Yebeka nina. Yebeka the vital part of it. 3 solid questions. Kwadwo Sheldon ebisa BAWUMIA. Na wentima yi anu yi. Obi anim say BAWUMIA entime yi anu yi. Ba obi entime nka. The first question no. Mo mo hwe dem bra why?
Before I proceed to ask my questions, I would like to emphatically state that these questions were not given to me by from my head, so I'm going to ask. Now, Mr. Vice President, my name is Kwadwo Sheldon. I represent Kwadwo Sheldon Studios. The first one is our 322 pharmaceutical doctors on social media right now are planning on suing the health industry about unpaid allowances. Now, for someone that has highlighted in your manifesto that when voted into power, you are going to, improve or help improve the condition of services when it comes to conditions of service when it comes to our health people. For right now that you are the Vice President, what can you do to help these pharmaceutical, doctors who are, contemplating on suing the Ministry of, Health? My second question, the question is, one question. So my question, the second question is about perception. Perception is very, very important.
Mike in the year. What's nice boko? When you have Bekasa.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Nana Okesi.
No matter how powerful you are, you can never challenge politics. What you say? As BAWUMIA, Dema Kwadwo Sheldon, he wasn't impressed. But one thing in country.
Yes, the pharmacists are my very good friends. We are talking about 322 pharmaceutical doctors who are threatening to sue the Ministry of Health for their allowances. Again, I want to take this one up, and this is the first time I'm hearing about this particular issue. I think it is Sheldon who raised it. I'm not aware of it, but I think it's an important issue that we should really resolve. So we'll talk to the Ministry of Health and Finance. Thank you very much.
Mr. Question need the chairman or dodge question. Will be a bizarre question. BAWUMIA. Sir, near my work or manifesto. Why can't you do it now? So far as you are vice president of that same party, but he answer na BAWUMIA dema nepam.
Was that we wanted to do these tax reforms, import duty, flat tax, tax amnesty, and so on. But why don't I do it now? And why do I want to? I must have a manifesto. Otherwise, if I do everything now, if I could, what would I do when I come into office?
The way BAWUMIA is saying, well, what me say, he is joking with it. But chairman, bro, you are playing with our future.
But why don't I do it now? And why do I want to? I must have a manifesto. Otherwise, if I do everything now, if I could, what would I do when I come into office?
Kwadwo Sheldon was saying be some a BAWUMIA. Or say, while until manifesto ni fefe. But in your manifesto no, one can say ebia ube bibi e dey born musicians in Ghana in terms of royalty, especially Gambo, who has 32 albums.
In this country. Now I have seen what you have highlighted in your manifesto when it comes to people in the creative arts. Now, recently, people that I've seen come into the media space to complain about royalties they receive from government. These artists they come out and complain about receiving 300 cities, 200 cities, 500 cities. Someone has created about 2 albums in the collection of royalties on his behalf. He's paying 300 cities, 200 cities, and 400 cities. You see them come in the news to complain about these things. And it looks like government has not been able to collect royalties when it comes to our artists. And in certain jurisdictions, artists can release one song and eat off it for the rest of their lives. We don't see that here. And let me know what you're going to do to help enable government to be able to collect royalties effectively so that our artists will retire and as of social media will really GoFundMe and all these things for them. So that is the
some of these things that we've been doing, there's been quite a bit that has been done, and we need to do quite a bit more. I think that one of the areas that I was having a discussion yesterday, I think which has just also been mentioned here, essentially to do with a collection of royalties and how it was brought to my attention yesterday by someone just in a discussion. And I think that is something that we have to, because it looks like the nature, from what I hear, some of our artists have designated people either in the United States or somewhere to do the collection of the royalties and so on. We need to have a better approach and help Gambro in this area. I think that we're going to use tax incentives, including the flat tax, to incentivize private sector investments in tourism and the creative arts.
Ghana. If you are born in Ghana, Massa, you will be working till eternity. Unless you die. Unless you die.
I'm sure you have seen what Tech guys we are not adding our voice when it comes to how expensive data is in this country. Now, I'm a YouTuber, I create videos online. People always in the comment section complain about the fact that even the exorbitant amount are paying for it, they are not getting value from the money. We have highlighted this on several platforms. We have been interviewed, we have met with the SCA, we have met with key people in positions of power, and nothing is being done about it. Your government, you are not saying anything about it. For someone who is championing a digitalization agenda, don't you think we need internet to champion some of these things that you are handling?
We are trying to build a digital economy. So I've made the point in the manifesto, we've made the point in the manifesto that we need to bring down the cost of data. Thankfully, I think that Starlink is coming in at the end of this month, and I'm hoping that some competitiveness will come. But I've also said that in our allocation of spectrum in the future, we need to focus more on inclusion and bringing down the cost of data. So it is something that we are really going to pay attention to in the context of building this digital economy. And this is also why the cost of devices, we're trying to look at bring down the cost of devices like the mobile phones as we build this digital state that we're looking at, because we want to take off the import duties on the yeah. So that is basically some of what we are trying to do. I think
BAWUMIA just read a portion of his manifesto. Say, what's the answer here? Yeah, that is interesting. And that is BAWUMIA government, Bawizi.